Nigel Tippett, I'm the sales manager for Global Pumps. We started using the OMG evaluations because it drills down, and I hate to be cliche, into the salesperson's DNA. I've used a lot of DISC profiles. I've used the McQuaig profiles in the past, which are very those psychometric type testing. What I like about OMG is that OMG drills down to what really is deep inside the psyche of the salesperson. As I'm old school, I remember from many years ago that salespeople are trained, they're not born. However, there's a certain amount of something that's in there at birth. You've got to have that DNA. I think it takes a special person to be in sales. Everybody wants to be in sales, and I think that people don't actually see how much hard work and the responsibility that goes behind that. Where the OMG report flushes out the responsibility, the ownership, and the accountability, which are sorely overlooked a lot of times in particular in people's resumes. How it helps me, I look at things like, I look at a person's resume, I see the success that they've had in their resume, and then I look at the report and I go, well, this person's scored a 0 on responsibility. So I literally ask a lot of questions about responsibility, and I can flush it out within 5 or 10 minutes, whether or not they'll take responsibility for that sales budget and they'll take ownership for that sales budget. The other thing I also look at is the will to sell. And that's, to me, is the most important thing. And as I've explained to quite a few people, the will to sell is a bit like the will to get out of bed in the morning. I can't phone you every day at 7 o'clock and say, get out of bed, it's time to go to work. The will to sell is that internal burning that says to the salesperson, right, yesterday was rough, but today's a new day. And some people just do not go well with that. Very much so. When I get the report back, the first page I look at is page 2, which has all the graphs on it, and I get my yellow highlighter out and I'm drawing all over it. And I'm looking at the desire, the commitment, their outlook, their motivation, their ability to take responsibility, and as I said before, that will to sell, and also coachable. No one's perfect. We all need to learn. We all need to be able to take on the opinions of others. But if someone's not coachable, it's very hard to work with those people. And you can look at that in the sporting field. There are brilliant football players out there that have been let go from football teams because they're just not coachable. I think it's vital. As part of our recruitment process, any resume that comes across my desk, the next step is that they are put through the OMG report. I then look at the OMG report, I look at their resume, and as the OMG report says, if they're not considered or not recommended, I've learnt now not to bother. If they say they're recommended, I do interview them. And even if they say worthy for consideration, I even look at them as well. But when it says not acceptable, not recommended, I do move on straight away.